Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Strange and Uncanny. Today we're going to talk about the amount of Bigfoot Sasquatch sightings in Ohio in the last couple weeks. Kind of incredible, actually. Ohio's always been known for Bigfoot ever since I can ever remember. There was the Minerva Monster. They made a lot of documentaries. They wrote books about it. It's pretty cool. Let me see. I think it was 1978 when all that happened. There's way earlier stories I've read. But anyhow, back to the more present time. There's been right around 8. I've seen 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to say 8. I guess the 8th one was in Lake Milton, Ohio. First one started in Portage County. Portage, it's not like unheard of there. They're already the biggest UFO hotspot in Ohio, which Ohio's quite the hotspot for UFOs anyhow. But with the Bigfoot sightings, to see that many in a week, actually I think it was 4 days, maybe 5 days, 4 or 5 days, that's pretty incredible. I've been following this Bigfoot stuff since I was a little kid. And that was a long time ago. But, I don't ever remember, other than Minerva 78, where I think there was actually a report where there was a group of 5 of them together walking through a field. Don't quote me on that, but I think I'm right. But like I said, Portage County, it's a hotspot for UFOs. I've read stories of orbs from there. It's Sasquatch. Pretty wild. And then, yesterday or the day before, I get the days confused, there was a meteor that hit in northeastern Ohio. I believe it was Medina County. I'm not sure. But anyhow, it's pretty interesting. It, kind of makes you start wondering about things. It's like, I've seen all the different theories. I've watched different podcasts and seen everybody's theories on saying that they're migrating or something, in that order. I don't really think that's what it is. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I don't think that's it. I think things tie together too much. Maybe they could have felt something coming. Anything. It's just kind of unheard of for that many in that small of an area. And the reports are all different. I believe they vary from 6 feet tall to 10 feet tall. Don't quote me on that one, but real close to that. Brown hair, black hair, rust-colored hair. So, it's obviously, I never thought it was ever just one creature, but it's obviously several of them. And I'm not saying that all the reports are legit either. You're definitely going to have a few people, try to screw shit up for other people, You got all these legitimate sightings, and then you get all these trolls. And I just don't get it. They're making it's hard enough with AI anymore. And these idiots have been doing this shit forever. But even if half the sightings is real, that's still, that's 4 sightings in 4 days. That's pretty amazing. The meteor thing's kind of a trip. There's already conspiracies that it never happened, or it wasn't a meteor, or, I mean, if I had to guess, I'd say it was a meteor, and it's not like anything new to Ohio. We've got meteor sites in Ohio. I mean, it's not, unheard of. Still kind of weird, especially with all the shit going on. I could see the confusion on that, but to me, it's clearly a meteor. It's what it looked like in all the videos, and there were several videos of it. If there would have only been one video, I'd be pretty on the fence about it. But I'm definitely over the fence. I'm convinced it was a meteor. I just think that the timing's kind of weird, especially after all the Bigfoot sightings a week or so ago. It just seems there's a lot of weird shit going on in the world, and that just kind of added to it. But to me, it kind of makes it. I need no convincing. Just like I want to bring this up, and this really has not a whole lot to do with any of this, but like with the congressional UFO hearings, or UAP, however the hell you want to say it, I don't need. I want to see the information, yeah, and I know it's going to be half of it's going to be bullshit, but I don't need them to confirm that this stuff's going on. That there's, and like I said, I don't know if they're from outer space. I don't know any of that. But regardless, the only thing it's going to tell me if they say, yes, we have all these files we're going to give you and all this shit, the only thing that's going to prove to me is they've lied to us all these years, which we already knew that. I do want to see what kind of evidence they got, but I think we're going to be spoon-fed everything. And I'll be honest with you, I think we're going to get some kind of disclosure in the next so many years. Definitely going to be with the alien thing. And I wouldn't even be surprised if you're going to see cryptids coming into play next. I really don't. It seems to be a lot of things that people always thought were fake seem to be coming true. And I'm not going to get into other things that go too off the mark on this. But would it really surprise you? And like I said, in the beginning of this, I'm not saying they weren't migrating. I just have a different view of what I think they are. A lot of people don't agree with it. I've had this view for a very, very, very long time. I think they're interdimensional. I think that it ties in with the aliens. I don't know how. And I've said in previous videos that a lot of times when there's a Sasquatch in the area, there's people report orbs. I think all this stuff ties together. It's just me. I think the meteor hitting kind of was interesting because of, what I think of the interdimensional beings. But I think it was just a meteor. All that, I think it really happened. I think the Bigfoot sightings happened, at least half of them. I was really kind of hoping that somewhere else there would have been, like a mess of sightings, but it hasn't happened so far, even if it was, a state over, 2 states over, something. But if there's not reports like that, it kind of throws me off on the migration thing. There's also people thought it could be, breeding, which I'm not buying that. I'm not buying the whole breeding thing or the migrating thing. I mean, they're great theories. To me, I'm not buying it. Hold on a minute. My cat walked in. Sissy. But, sorry guys. She's a good girl. I I just think there's a lot of weird things going on, like I said, and this kind of put the icing on the cake for me. It kind of took my mind off other things. It's interesting. I've got my theories on it. Like I said, next video is probably going to be a little bit different. I want to get back on a major conspiracy from a long time ago that I went down this rabbit hole a couple of years ago, and it was a hell of a rabbit hole, and I think I'm going to do like maybe a 2-part series for it because it's going to take a while to kind of get through the whole gist of it. But that's coming, and I want to cut this video a little bit short. I will see you next time. Peace.